Hey guys, we're back here for some more standard. This is the current version of the blue-white Convoke deck that I've been running, and I've made a lot of changes over the last couple days, and I really appreciate all of the comments that you guys have had. It has very much shaped how I've built this deck and how what cards I've been using, and I definitely have really liked adding the Make Disappears back into the deck. I think it's really helped a lot with the board wipes. And when I was running 4, it felt like a little bit too much. There were spots in like non-control matchups where it just wasn't as stellar, partially due to Caverns of Souls. And so adding back in sort of the one March of Swirling Mist, which also doubles as like board wipe protection, Alpha Strike, just super flexible, feels good. So, but I think still having access to about one Make Disappear per game is nice. That being said, sort of the removal piece of choice, I've really been loving Soul Partition. I know there's a lot of other ones you can use. You can use Get Lost. You can use Elspeth's Smite, if you want to go lower to the ground. And I think they're all definitely good options. But yeah, recently Soul Partition, it just the flexibility that it gives you, where you're able to just get something out of the way no matter what it is, just out of your way, no problem. And then also the fact that you can protect your own stuff with it if you have to in a pinch. Like, if they board wipe and you've got an Adeline in play, you can cast it on your own Adeline and then replay it and hopefully win the game. So I like that flexibility. And then going up to the full play set of Subterranean Schooner, I think has been really nice. There have been a couple games where I've just been super impressed with this card, where literally one schooner has held off an entire aggro team by itself. And it's just hilarious. I mean, this card is so good on the defense. It's amazing. And it's good against control because it gets you value. So all that said, I did eventually shift down to one copy of Wandering Emperor. I still really like the effect. I still think it's a great card. I just think that this deck really can't support a full playset, unfortunately. Virtue of Loyalty. Love this card. I do want to see it every game, ideally, but I think going down to 3 copies feels right. Partially because I shaved a land, so we're down to 24 sources. And there's enough else going on in the deck that I think you can get away with 3 copies. For the land itself, I did go back up to the full playset of Restless Anchorage. This card is just too good to not have 4 of. It's gives you great value. It deals with really pesky threats like Liliana, if they nuke your board and just kind of try to grind you out that way. And it's great against control. So I think going up to the full playset there is good. I do also want 3 copies of Mirrex because this is another really great thing we have against control. And for a while I was running a couple Cavern of Souls, but I just don't think it fits the deck well enough. Frankly, I'm just not that worried about, counter spells in general. I mean, sometimes sure it happens, but there's sort of enough going on at instant speed that it's not that big of a deal. And with all the other decks that are running Cavern of Souls, I think that the control players have adapted a bit anyways, so you're seeing, less hard counters. And it just, while it can be used to name human or pirate, I just found it a little bit clunky in this deck because you can't use it to cast Invasion of Segovia or Make Disappear or Subterranean Schooner or Soul Partition. So, or Virtue of Loyalty. All that said, I'm just loving the deck, and it's been kind of a little bit of a roller coaster ride with the ups and downs on ladder, but I love this deck. I think it's a blast to play, and I hope you guys like it too. So let's get into some games. Also, for the person who mentioned kind of the windowed mode, I had been playing on windowed mode here, so I'm trying it full screen today. Let me know if you guys notice a big difference, if this is better or worse. I can try to adjust it so you won't have that pesky white bar at the top. But let me know what you think. So Also, if you're new here, thank you so much for viewing my content. And if you're a returning viewer, I really appreciate you guys. Without you, I really wouldn't be doing this. So thank you. Oh yeah, currently, rank 723 Mythic. Love this hand, don't love 1 mana. This looks a lot better. This deck is pretty mana hungry though, so I think I'm gonna stick with the 3 land and throw back one of the veterans. Also, I think I'm totally okay just running out the Anchorage first instead of getting this into play right away. This way, if we like draw into Segovia, it'll be a little bit easier. Oh, one other thing, I did also turn the effects of the game up from, I think, like low to ultra. So if it slows down gameplay in a meaningful way that's annoying, let me know and we can try to update it. See if they fall for it. They're thinking about it. Oh well, it's okay. I think I do want to get in the extra damage here. I suppose we could have held back and maybe gotten the visitor, but maybe it would have been better to play a little bit cagey there, but I think this is okay. I do want Virtue on 5. I guess we could try to like make this like a soul partition turn and go Seachrome Coast instead of activating our Restless Anchorage. I don't think they trade here. I think they just take it. Calyx is annoying, that's for sure. What I'm thinking in my mind whenever they play Calyx is Calyx guided by bullshit. But yeah, it's a good card. So yeah, I think this is definitely the turn for Soul Partition. Question is, which one do we want to target? Visitor is super annoying, but it doesn't have trample, so that's a thing. It also costs more for a Kami to come back, so I think maybe we get rid of Kami here. We could also get rid of the Calyx, put it out of range a little bit. I don't know what will be the best. I think, you know, because this thing does have trample, I do want to get rid of it. Now we just do our Virtue. I guess we can get in first. Doesn't really matter. There's no way they're blocking here. Okay, so they probably have the 1 mana green, make something indestructible, whatever nonsense. I think that's what they're playing here. I don't actually know. I'm trying to think what else they could have. Maybe Elspeth's Smite. Yeah, I think, you know, I think it is worth trying to kill Calyx here. But I think they have some sort of indestructible trigger. So I think we want to just maybe cover our bases here like this. Yeah, Royal Treatment. There we go. Oh, but it does make it a 3/3. That was the part I didn't remember. Because it gives it a roll. Yeah, got it. Okay. Still learning, unfortunately. And I think, yeah, we can offer the trade here if they want to go for it. We could also get Restless Anchorage going to try to buff it up, or we could make a Mirrex token. I think maybe the Anchorage is a bit more interesting. And then we could put this here to try to make it a 4/4. We'll get another 2/2 going. I guess we'll have double 3/3s then. That feels pretty good. Let's see, is that going to help us? Don't know if we have enough time to survive all this, but we can. I think this is a pretty good one. Yeah, maybe we should have gotten rid of the Calyx, because this thing is such a problem. Especially if they have another Royal Treatment in hand, which I'm guessing, well, there's a decent chance that they do. And I think we've got a block anyways, so I guess we see what happens here. Yeah. Fortunately, that's going to do it. Could have played this one a little bit differently, but I think that's going to do it here. It's possible that I might be a little bit too high on Soul Partition, but I do love the card. Alright, this hand looks great. We'll see if it's good enough to stand up to mono red. Question is, do we hold the to make disappear or get the schooner going? So I think there's a decent chance that they just kill whatever we play. So getting schooner might be a bit safer to get Adeline kind of moving. But if we just play make disappear, I think we're just taking too much damage and we're still losing. So I think maybe schooner is the play. This might be just too fast of a draw for us to deal with. Did not get there on the land, unfortunately. Yeah, games like this, they definitely make me think that maybe Elspeth's Might is a bit, could be very useful. Oh, that's a beating. That, I think, unfortunately, is going to do it unless they've got nothing. Whew, it's been a rough start. The hand looked so promising. The funny thing about this deck, though, is that, like, honestly, like, whether I win or lose, I still just have fun playing it. It's just such a fun deck. It's kind of crazy, but I think we definitely want to. Well, I guess we can go like Bunicorn into Zephyr Singer next turn, which is pretty good. And they might just like not play anything turn 3. They don't. They could play Adeline. We could try to counter the Adeline, which is certainly a thing. Actually, never mind. We can't counter it because we don't have Thalia out, so we got to do this instead. Yeah. Forget Thalia's ability for a minute there. And they always had Brutal Cathar on 3. Whew. Man, it is not looking good for our heroes here. Oof. Well, make disappearing here is actually still correct, because they don't get the buff this way. Yeah, and I think we just hardcast Zephyr Singer. If they have another Brutal Cathar or something else, we're just down for the count. We might still be anyways, if any kind of interaction. Whew. So we don't have enough to go big on loyalty, but we could start working on Segovia, which I like. I guess if they have Elspeth, I could cast that now. Or if they have another adversary, it could be super nasty. Copper Coat is also good. Whew. So I wonder if I do March of Swirling Mist on the Brute, is it still gonna flip? I guess it'll flip on its turn as opposed to my turn, because right now it's looking like it's gonna flip and take the Singer, which is annoying. Maybe we like let it target, and then if we march, this will come back on our next turn anyways, which sort of still sucks. Yuck. Otawara is pretty good though. That is pretty good. Because if we can Otawara here, I guess they could just recast this next turn, but then they don't get everything. And we can't afford to let it flip and have and take the damage. I think maybe we just do this now, even though it's not perfect. Let's see. Yeah, we still can't flip Segovia, but this buys us a little bit of time. Going on a hope and a prayer here. And I'm guessing they have a second spell to reflip their Brute. Oh yeah, okay. So we could march. Would we survive the next turn? Maybe. It's definitely not for sure. Could also march the three of their guys and flip Segovia and then cast Virtue. Well, we wouldn't be able to cast it this turn. So maybe we let this happen. All right. Now I think, let's see. Let's go to combat. I guess we can send at their... You know what? I was thinking we should have played the Schooner first. Because they probably just blocked this with Knight Errant, unfortunately. But I think we still go for it. That's actually not so bad, because now we can go ahead and Virtue and then get them both. That feels pretty good. We could also... I guess we could also like Swirling Mist one of them and then kill their Thalia, but I think we want to save Swirling Mist here. We're okay trading for both. And now we have Make Disappear. I guess they're going to probably try to run out Adeline, so we can counter the Adeline. Can we survive without it, though? I guess like Schooner really helps on our blocks. They could still like do like pro blue, which makes it annoying. I think, yeah, maybe we want to counter the Adeline. The Adeline's a huge problem. Another Thalia. Yeah, this one happens for sure. So yeah, I guess we should have Schoonered there so that we could have, because they could have just played Adeline first, or they could play Thalia first. Yeah, it would have been better to Schooner last turn for sure. This is still like a super rough scenario with an active Skrelv. Like this makes me just want to like run board wipes, honestly. There's like so much nonsense they've got. If we could just clean the board out. Surprised they didn't attack there. That seems strange. So if we missed their guys, I guess we could miss all but one of them because of Skrelv. I guess we just go with loyalty here. They'll have another Cathar coming down. And I don't think we can tap out because we want to have access to mists. Yeah, there's like no good options here. Maybe we Schooner and then have hold up Make Disappear. Because having our guys gain like a pump across is not going to save us. Yeah, now they just swing in for lethal, though. They definitely have 7, even if we block all the biggest creatures. Don't really know why they're not going for it. But yeah, since we haven't got board wipes, this game is pretty much over. Whew, it's been a rough session, that's for sure. Yeah, well, thanks guys for watching. Again, I'm glad that you guys are having success with the deck. Unfortunately, I have not been very recently, but it's still a fun deck to play. And let's I guess let's take a look here at the stats of the deck overall. All right, so we're looking at 57% win rate right now, currently at 44 wins, 33 losses, at least that I've had with the deck. So, yeah, anyways, I think it does need a lot more early interaction, or maybe some board wipes, not even sure. But thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you next time.